Avalanches are a beautiful display of natural power. They only become a problem to us when humans get in their way. Now, I'm assuming that you are a human and that you don't want to die in an avalanche. Well, in order to achieve your goal, the most important thing to understand is humans. It's estimated that about 250 people die worldwide in avalanches, and most avalanche accidents are victim-triggered. So why do humans keep getting in the way of avalanches? Well, the good news is that we've got decades of scientific research into human psychology and some pretty good answers to those questions. In order to get anything done in life, we use mental shortcuts to simplify problems. This allows us to make quicker decisions. These mental shortcuts are known as heuristics. Unfortunately, when we're skiing and snowboarding in the mountains, these mental shortcuts can sometimes get us into trouble. This is why they are often referred to as heuristic traps. If you want to avoid falling into one of these traps, it's a good idea to understand them. So this video will explain some of the most common mental shortcuts and give you a memory aid to help you to remember them. You can use it as a tool to check your decisions against in your off-piste skiing and snowboarding, and hopefully it will help you to avoid making common mistakes. The most common mnemonic you see in avalanche education is facets, which was summarized by the American researcher Ian McCammon. Facets helps people to remember some of the common decision-making biases: familiarity, acceptance, consistency, expert halo, tracks, and social facilitation. There are loads of these mental shortcuts, and researchers have identified as many as 53 of them relevant in avalanche terrain, so it's helpful to have an easy memory aid to summarize the main ones. However, be aware that McCammon's facets model is over 20 years old, and it was based on a narrow sample of accident data that he had available at the time. More recent research warns against the overuse of this memory aid to teach this concept to the entire snowsport world, regardless of their circumstance. If it becomes too ingrained, then it becomes difficult to refine. So rather than regurgitate this same model again, I'm going to give you my adapted memory aid, which makes a little bit more sense to me. So here's a memory aid that you won't forget in a hurry. Fag chew. Oh. F is for familiarity. We are more likely to take higher risks when we are in familiar environment. For example, I have skied that face lots of times before and I've never seen an avalanche, so it must be safe today. A is for acceptance. Now this one is especially prevalent when we are with somebody new or somebody we want to impress. Being socially accepted and impressing others may become temporarily more important than staying safe, causing you to take more risks than you otherwise would. G is for goal blindness. Now it might be that you are so set on reaching a summit or skiing a sick line that all of a sudden you are ready to take more risk than you normally would. And you're not going to let that one little dodgy section above a terrain trap stop you from achieving your goal. C is for competition. Competing for fresh tracks in ski resorts can be an absolute race, and you are racing against thousands of powder high maniacs. So of course, your decision making of what is or is not safe can be influenced by the rush of competing for fresh tracks. So recognize that racing for fresh tracks can be a very unhealthy environment. H is for herding. Now, pretty much all animals do this. Think about wildebeest crossing a crocodile-infested river. If other skiers and snowboarders are getting away with riding fresh powder in avalanche terrain, more and more will follow. But often, crocodiles won't take the first wildebeest who crosses the river, and similarly, backcountry hazards like avalanches, cliffs, and rocks might take the 150th skier of the day. E is for expert halo. When we are with somebody who is better at skiing or snowboarding than us, or somebody who knows the local area better, it's tempting to leave all the decision making up to them. That slope doesn't seem like such a good idea to me, but if Marcus is doing it, then he must know best. W is for whatever it takes to get the shot. These days, photos and videos drive our motivations so powerfully in snow sports that getting the shot might seem like taking extra risk for. Do any of these sound familiar to you? When you're off-piste skiing and snowboarding, you can use this memory aid to check your decisions aren't being influenced by these common mental shortcuts. Whether you prefer to use fag, chew, or facets is up to you. Ideally, I'd recommend thinking about your own personality and circumstances and work out which mental shortcuts and which words to remember them apply the most to you. Then you can come up with your own silly mnemonic to help you remember a handful of them. So this video has introduced some of the human factors involved in the avalanche and snow sports safety equation. I hope it has clarified some basics and got you thinking about your decision making in dangerous environments. If you find any of this stuff interesting, there'll be some useful links in the resource library. Otherwise, take it easy, have fun and enjoy the view.